Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Point. Now it's time for our big head-to-head, where we tackle some of the biggest issues that the country has to offer, and we pit two people with polar opposite views against each other. Today, we're asking whether or not we should have more bank holidays, because the Trades Union Congress, apparently their representatives are saying that we should. Although, to be fair as well, they also probably, although they might deny this, would like a 4-day week. A lot of those people kind of do, don't they? For me, it's interesting, this. I imagine that the gentleman that I found unconsciously drunk on a roundabout last night does not need another bank holiday weekend to get stuck into. But maybe as a nation, we do deserve it. We work very hard, we've been stressed, we've been strained. There's issues to do with mental health as well, of course there is. Actually, why don't we just have another few bank holidays? So we're going to go head-to-head on this right now.
Yes, well, joining us now to go head-to-head is Matthew Lesh, who's the head of research at the Adam Smith Institute, which is an independent think tank, and David Chawner, comedian. I don't know if you've seen this segment before, but you each get 60 seconds to state your case of whether we should indeed have 4 more days of a bank holiday, as the TUC are asking for. So let's kick off with you, Matthew. Should we have 4 extra days of a bank holiday?
Look, absolutely not. Bank holidays are fundamentally a socialist instrument. They're literally a central planner telling everyone that they must take a day off. It strips away personal choice, and quite frankly, it's actually not good for anyone. It's not good for workers, many of whom are forced to continue working. They are particularly our lowest paid workers. I'm talking about the hospitality workers, the shop workers, transport, utility, and of course our precious NHS workers. Well, even for the professional class who do get a day off, it's actually the worst time to have a day off because the roads are busy, they're congested, tourist sites are busy, things are closed. Fundamentally, bank holidays are an industrial revolution concept that are no longer necessary. They cost the economy, each additional one costs the economy about £2.3 billion. And quite frankly, we should allow people to make a decision about when they take their holiday, not make everyone take it together.
Wow, you had 10 seconds
Well
left.
within. Well
you
within
had 10 seconds.
60 seconds.
Dave, I'm guessing you don't agree with everything Matthew said there. They're a socialist instrument, are they? What do you think? You've got a minute as well.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I mean, Matthew, you seem lovely, mate, but I don't know why you're like Ebenezer Scrooge. I mean, come on, mate. When people are off, you say they cost money, they also make money. You know, like the hospitality industry, the retail industry, the leisure industry. I mean, Christmas was effectively cancelled for everyone, so we kind of owed that back time in lieu. And actually, they are good for people's health. I mean, look at Michael Gove. He's been up in Aberdeen. He's been raving away. What happens next if we have more of these? Jacob Rees-Mogg at a roller disco, Dominic Raab going to, Zumba, maybe Keir Starmer doing karaoke. And I don't even care what they are for. Celebrate what you want. The Queen's birthday, Brexit Day, Bin Day. I just think it's good for everyone. No one likes Mondays, right? You say that they're the worst time to have off. Well, listen to the Boomtown Rats, mate, because they will tell you it's the worst day of the week.
Okay. Oh, I tell you what, this is already box office. So, Matthew, come on now. You're some kind of uber libertarian. I'm pretty sure I saw the fact that you wanted to relentlessly jab kids without parental consent as the right thing to do. So give those kids the freedom to have an extra few bank holidays now, Scrooge.
Look, I don't know if it was good for everyone else's mental health to have to watch that video of Michael Gove dancing. So I think that's actually a strike against more bank holidays, if anything, not in favour. I mean, fundamentally, we have to ask ourselves, why do we need the state to ordain holidays? Holidays should not be a collective decision. They should be a matter between you and your employer, and we should be able to pick the days we take off. I'm all for getting more time off work. In fact, I might just be asking some more time off after being forced to work on this bank holiday. It doesn't, and in fact, there's even probably a strong argument for spreading bank holidays out better throughout the year. For example, we probably don't need the early May bank holiday. It'd be better to have one in October. Yeah. But I think that's beside the point about whether or not we have more bank holidays or whether or not we just take more days of leave. We have more days off, which I think is something that people should be willing to negotiate.
Dave, you're propping up a socialist, if not communist, agenda that actually wants to see us work towards an inevitable 4-day week. Discuss.
I know that that's meant to be an insult, but as a lefty, that's just music to my ears. But also, I just say as well that you say that people can choose when to have time off. I know numerous people that have built up holiday, but they can't take it off because there's managers off, there's work to do, etc. And actually, I do think a state origin thing is important. India, Colombia, South Korea have more than double the bank holidays that we have off. And I want to point out, anyone that had to homeschool their children, anyone that had to listen to Robert Peston's rambling questions at those Downing Street conferences that went on for 40 minutes plus, they deserve a bank holiday. They are better than what they're getting.
Well, Matthew, what do you take that point that, okay, maybe not as a, permanent thing, but haven't we earned a few extra days because of everything we've been through during the pandemic?
Look, I think people should be taking their time off, and I'm not sure it's even legal for ultimately an employer to consistently refuse to allow you to take your entitled leave. Just to that point, though, do we really want everyone to have to take off their time off at the same time? Because that's what a bank holiday is. It's not you having the choice to take an extra day off work, which I think employers should be very generous about. It's basically allowing the professional class to take a day off, making the working class keep on going, whilst at the same time, even about that point, it's, are you sick of homeschooling? Well, wouldn't it be better to take a day off when your kids are at school rather than having to have them at home with you? Isn't that a real proper day of leave? I mean, let's think about this. Do you want more flexibility to decide when you get your time off rather than having to do it all at the same time with everyone else?
Go on, Dave.
I just love Matthew's approach to children of, oh, God, I've got them again. I think that's, mate, you're a man after my own heart there. I think I absolutely feel you. I get you, but also can we point out, maybe I'll meet you halfway on this, right? We don't need more bank holidays, but it should be a law that you're paid at least time and a half if you are, because that is a really good point of the working classes, not the professional classes. If you're not working, I think you should be at least paid time and a half. Lovely stuff, bish, bash, bosh. Especially those people that do work in all of the sectors where they get, sort of people that are drunk at roundabouts, etc., coming in. So, yeah, I actually think this is a good way of distributing the wealth.
Yeah, that actually genuinely happened last night, and I had to wait for an hour and a half for the police to arrive so this guy could get a lift home, essentially. But and it's on that note, Dave, I'm going to throw straight back to you. There was talk of an extra bank holiday if England had won the Euros. I was in work at, I think, 5 a.m. after England lost the Euros, and it looked like the Somme out there. We can't handle any more time off work.
Well, maybe it was like that because we get so few bank holidays. I mean, I don't even like football, but I tell you what I do love. I love a bandwagon, and I was jumping on that bandwagon like nobody else's business. So I think I'm all for it.
All right, Matthew, I suppose, look, is that one of your many points, maybe? Do you not trust the British public to have another day off work? Is that what it is? You think we're all just booze hounds?
I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, Patrick, but I think I have greater faith in the British people.
Well.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, so you think there would be? But do you think there could be any serious? On a serious note, do you think there could be any serious social consequences to us having a few more days off work?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly got a huge economic cost. I mean, we've already got a productivity crisis over the last decade, and shutting down workplaces all at the same time, rather than workplaces, you taking off a day leave, but generally the economy being able to continue functioning. You've got that kind of broader loss of productivity, and you ultimately end up with lower wages for workers as a result of that in a smaller economy. And then the social consequences alongside. I mean, I'm not sure whether or not, binge drinking is any higher as a result of bank holidays or not. Perhaps people take a real 3-day benders. I don't know. I've had a pretty long weekend myself, but it's probably up to people to decide about that kind of behaviour, not for me to tell them what to do.
Just go quickly to one of our emails. Stuart's been in touch. GBviews at GBnews.uk. There's a shortage of labour, so how can additional holidays or a 4-day week actually work? Do you realise that this might increase the importation of labour elsewhere? That's from Stuart. I believe, guys, that we're going to be able now to throw to some of Michael Gove's finest, which Michael Gove cut in shape.
Yeah, let's just
Torturing us.
Oh wow!
I think I've just won the argument against a bank holiday here and there.
Oh, it's all of it, isn't it?
Why is he wearing a suit?
Why is he wearing a suit?
There's so many questions. There's so many questions.
Why is he wearing a suit? Was he on his own? All of it. But I just want to say thank you very much.
Yeah, you've been great. You've been both great sports. You make a great duo. Maybe we should have the Matthew and Dave show on GB News as well.
Yeah, there we go.